Today's November 5th, 2020. It's my birthday. I turned 44 today. I'm out here on this beautiful cliff edge. It's about 80, 100 feet drop off straight right here down to the ocean. And this little point sticks out where I got a nice view of the coast in both directions. I'm in a little town called Aginos do Mar in Portugal, just north of Lisbon. Some stormy weather rolling in. We'll see how far I get for this recording. But I wanted to take a minute to let you see the beautiful view without me in front of it. I arrived in Portugal on the October 31st. Been here a few days. Starting to ground in and move through the jet lag. My body's sleep cycles are still oriented to the other side of the planet. But I'm starting to land and arrive here. I want to speak to some of the beautiful things that have gone down in the last week or two of my life since my last video. Becky and I packed up and moved off of Bowen Island. We packed up all of our things, moved out of our apartments, sold both of our vehicles, put our stuff in storage to ship back towards her family there in England. Taking some time to land here in Portugal and explore some potentials and possibilities of hosting retreats here next year. Explore potentials and possibilities of what it would be to invest in land or property here. And trying to find where that sweet spot is for home base, where we can anchor and put our own roots in to the earth. It feels good. It feels like we have a connection with our like-minded community, our ability to connect with peoples and cultures across the planet, our ability to live a life that we feel is real and authentic, and most important in these times, most important to stay true to ourselves. How do we do that? How do we simple down enough so that our time and energy is not wasted maintaining a lifestyle that we don't really believe in? How do we protect what little bit of energy we have to create what we do believe in? We're exploring those themes right now as we're grounding here and celebrating my birthday today. I wanted to speak a little bit to my transition out of Canada. It was close in my heart. Once we arrived back from Italy, we were only in British Columbia, back in BC, where both of our homes were, where our apartment was that we shared. Trying to speak loud over the roar of the ocean. It feels so good to be here. I'm happy to be surrounded by all the noise of the waves, the beautiful seabirds flying low over the water. But yes, I was saying that we were only back in BC for about 3 weeks to wrap up all of our affairs on the backside of Italy. And it took a lot of energy and work to get to Italy. We had to quarantine for 2 weeks once we arrived in Italy. So Italy was about a month-long experience. And then we came home and had 3 weeks to prepare to exit again. And inside of all of that, my heart was yearning to see Drea. Drea, my partner and lover of 4 years in Montreal, Quebec. We parted ways a year and a half ago, and she had come out to see me last fall in October, and it had been a year since we had seen each other. And before I left Canada, I couldn't help but think about wanting to see her again. Before I head out to Europe in a new chapter of life and new adventures that were going to take me I don't know where, and in a time where travel and return to Canada may not be easy, with travel restrictions or quarantines and all of that. It had been a long time. It had been a year since we had seen each other. My heart was yearning to connect in with Drea before I left. And it took some bravery for me to speak that out loud to Rebecca and to Becky, to tell her what I was wanting, and knowing that there wasn't a whole lot of time for me to sneak out and visit her before we were leaving for our trip, and when would this fit in, time and money and expense, where would it fit in Drea's life with her new partner. But I knew that it was true to my own heart that I wanted to do that. That my relationship with Drea was one of the most real and anchoring things that had happened to me in my arrival in Canada, before I had started the relationship with Becky, and that as Becky and I were leaving Canada, what felt most important for me to touch in with was that relationship with Drea, and to see her. That was my strongest heart connection to Canada. And it didn't feel right leaving until I had made an effort to stop in and see Drea and give her a hug at least, and say hello and goodbye for now. And so I spoke this to Becky, and Becky's